Hello, my beloved grade 11 Virginians. Today, we're going to discuss the characteristics of rational functions. So listen carefully because I'm going to discuss the essential parts of this topic. So let us begin this lesson. Okay, let us now discuss how to find the domain in the range of a rational expression or rational function rather. Now, to find the domain is to look first for the denominator of the original equation. So let's say we're going to solve this one. We're going to find the domain and range of this. Now, our original equation is f of x is equals to x minus 1 over x. Now, looking at the denominator, equate the denominator to 0. So x is equals to 0. So that will be our domain for this equation or for this rational functions. How to write this one? It should be a real number, which is real number then 0. Or shall we say x should not be equal to 0. So that will be how to write the domain. Now, how to find the range of this rational function? So all we have is we're going to replace f of x to y is equals to x minus 1 over x. And then solve for y in terms of x. So it's xy is equals to x minus 1. Transpose x. So xy minus x is equals to 1. And then factor this one, we have here x. Then y minus 1 is equals to, sorry, this is negative 1. Negative 1, negative 1, and then divide both equation or both side by x minus y. X minus y. So canceling x, no, it's not x minus y. Sorry, that's y minus 1. Y minus 1. Y minus 1. So canceling y minus 1. So ang matitira niyan should be x is equals to negative 1 over y minus 1. Then, look for the denominator again to find the range. So, y minus 1 is equals to 0. So, y is equals to 1. Now, your range is equals to real number. Then, this is 1. Or shall we say, y should not be equal to 1. So that is your range. Okay, let's go now to the next example. So we're going to find the domain and range of this rational function. Let's find the domain here. Domain. Now, as we said earlier, to find the domain is to look for the denominator. The denominator is x minus 3. So equate this to 0. So x is equals to 3. So therefore, the domain should be written as real number, then 3, or shall we say x should not be equal to 3. It means that on 3, the rational equation or rational function is undefined. Now let's go now to find the range. Range. To find the range is to solve or replace fx with y. So y is equals to 2x plus 1 over x minus 3. And then solve for x or solve for y in terms of x. So y is x minus 3 is equals to 2x plus 1. So this is xy minus 3y is equals to 2x plus 1. So diba sabi, solve for y in terms of x. So we should have here xy plus 2x is equals to 2x minus 3. 1 na lang yan. So that is 3y plus 1. So kailangan may tira x dito ha. So this is factor this one is x, then this is 2 or y plus 2. Y plus 2 is equals to 3y plus 1. Then divide both sides by y plus 2. So what will happen is, should be x is equals to, cancel mo yan. So 3y plus 1 over y plus 2. And then equate the denominator. Your denominator is y plus 2 is equals to 0. Or equate your denominator to 0. Then solve for y. So y is equals to negative 2. So therefore your range is real number. Then this is negative 2. It's negative 2. Or shall we say y should not be equal to negative 2. Now, in this lesson, we're going to find the characteristic of the rational functions. So you can encounter here the x-intercept, y-intercept, vertical asymptotes, horizontal asymptotes, and oblique asymptotes. So what is an x-intercept? An x-intercept, it is wherein the line or the graph touches the x-axis. Kaya nga siya intercept. What about y-intercept? This is wherein the graph touches the y-axis. What about the vertical asymptotes? When say asymptote, it is the line wherein the graph approaching is, but it not actually touches the graph. These are what they call vertical line, horizontal, or oblique. Or this is what we call the broken line in the graph, wherein it will not be, the graph will not be crossed on that particular line. So kaya siya tinatawag na asymptotes. Now, there are three types of asymptotes: the vertical asymptotes, horizontal asymptotes, and oblique asymptotes. Depending on your equation or rational equation, if your equation does have vertical asymptotes, horizontal, and oblique asymptotes. In your module, it's stated there the conditions whether your equation has an oblique or horizontal asymptotes. Definitely, your rational functions always have a vertical asymptotes. Now, depending on the conditions, if you're going to have the horizontal or oblique asymptotes. Now, let us discuss now this equation. So that is fx is x over 1 plus 3x. So let us find the x-intercept. To find the x-intercept is to set y is equals to 0. Y is equals to x, then 1 plus 3x. So let us set y to 0 because we are looking for the x-intercept. So we have here 0 is equals to x, then 1 plus 3x is. Now, pag multiply niyan dito, automatically maging 0 yan. So 0 is equals to x. So your x-intercept is 0. Now, what about y-intercept? To solve for the y-intercept, set all x is equal to 0. So this is y is equals to x, then 1 plus 3x. So we set all x to 0. So this y is equals to 0, then 0 plus 3 over 0. So automatically, all of them are 0. So y is equals to 0. And what about vertical asymptotes? Now, to find the vertical asymptotes is to solve for the value of x. Pag sinusolve yung vertical asymptotes, you're looking always at the denominator. So equate the denominator to 0. What is the denominator? Not denominator. Equate the numerator to 0. So the numerator of our equation here is x. Diba? X, then 1 plus 3x. So the numerator is x. This is. So equate x is equals to 0. So your vertical asymptotes is, again, x. So x is equals to 0. X equals to 0. So, that is your vertical asymptotes. Wherein, ibig sabihin yan, your line or your graph will not be cross the y-axis. Kasi, ang x mo is, vertical asymptotes mo is x equals to 0. Now, yung equation ba na ito, meron ba siyang horizontal asymptotes or oblique asymptotes? So, look at your conditions. Looking at your conditions, you will find that this equation will fall under what classification? Under condition, condition number 2. If the degree of the numerator is equal to the degree of denominator, the horizontal asymptotes is the quotient of the leading coefficient of the numerator and denominator. Equal, di ba? Equal yung kanilang degree. Equal yan. So, ibig sabihin, you're going to divide the coefficient here and the coefficient here, and that will be your horizontal asymptotes. Now, so this x, then 1 plus 3x. Pag inayos mo yan, magiging, ano yan, di ba? X, then 3x plus 1. So, may 1 dito, tsaka may 3 dito. So, 1 over 3. So, that will be your horizontal asymptote. So, this is x is equals to 1/3. So, that will be your horizontal